News 4 Jax starts right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news alert is near the Regency Mall, where police are looking for 3 to 4 people in connection with a shooting that happened in the parking lot of the Target store on Monument Road.
An officer says the victim was beaten and shot in the face following an argument. And News 4 Jax reporter Eric Avanier is joining us live from the scene. Eric, investigators are working to identify the gunman and the people he was with.
That is correct. In fact, right now, those investigators are reviewing some store surveillance video to get an idea of who was all involved and how a verbal altercation could escalate into gun violence. They're also looking for a blue Camry, Toyota Camry, that may be connected to the shooting. Now, police say shortly before 7 p.m., the victim was in his car in the middle of the parking lot when he got into a verbal dispute with 3 or 4 people. Police say during that dispute, the victim got out of his car. That's when an exchange of words turned into a brawl. At some point during the fight, one of the people in the group pulled out a gun and shot the victim in the hip. A woman who was with the victim drove to the front of the store to get help. That's when the store was placed on lockdown until police arrived. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive his injuries. As for the shooter and the people he was with, there is no word on their description. And as we said earlier on, right now police are reviewing some store surveillance video to get an idea of who was all involved, and again, how this verbal altercation escalated into gun violence. Reporting live in the Regency area, Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.
And we're following more breaking news, this time in Washington State. At least 1 person's dead, 6 others, including a child, are hurt. All this after shots were fired in the heart of downtown Seattle. And
we have a live look at the scene right now. Police are looking for 2 people in connection with this shooting. It's not clear what sparked this incident, but this is the 2nd shooting that's happened in Seattle in about 24 hours.
All right, News 4 Jax will continue following the latest developments from these breaking stories for you. And a reminder, you can get the newest updates when we're not on air. You visit our website, news4jax.com, or you can set for alerts with our News 4 Jax app, which you can download for free.
After nearly 8 hours of debate, the Senate adjourned for the night just over an hour ago. And earlier today, for hours, Adam Schiff delivered opening arguments in the impeachment trial of President Trump.
Yeah, Schiff told the Senate that House Democrats are going to present an overwhelming picture of President Trump's misconduct with Ukraine. Democrats have filed 11 amendments for subpoenas and relevant documents and witness testimony, but they've all been killed.
Witnesses and documents.
I have my own witness list.
The importance of the witness testimony.
You can't have a trial without witnesses.
Tensions from the impeachment trial boiled over to onlookers. A protester was arrested for interrupting the proceedings. This happened as Representative Hakeem Jeffries was presenting his argument.
The protester was tackled and escorted out of the chamber within seconds. The man could be heard yelling, "Schumer is the devil," and dismissed the trial of impeachment as he was being carried out.
Our coverage of the impeachment trial continues all week live right here on Channel 4 and on our website. Search news4jax.com/impeachment for our special section on the web.
We are revisiting the mysterious murder of a private researcher. Ellie Washtalk was found dead in World Golf Village nearly a year ago. Investigators found bullet wounds in her body.
And records show that she was doing her own investigation into the high-profile Michelle O'Connell case at the time. News 4 Jax reporter Corley Peel joining us live, and she shows us what we know about the homicide a year after Washtalk's death.
There are few details surrounding Washtalk's death, and still to this day, no arrests have been made, and detectives say that some of the leads have disappeared. And I spoke with Washtalk's father, who says it's frustrating knowing that the death is still a mystery. Inside the Latero condos in World Golf Village holds a deadly secret. Who killed Ellie Washtalk? January 31st marks 1 year since her death. A difficult year for Washtalk's father, who lives in Wisconsin.
Very agonizing, not knowing what's going on or what happened for sure or who's involved.
Detectives say Washtalk's teen son found her shot to death.
The only thing Chandler did was go up and, ready for school. Hey, Dad, I need a ride to school, and he found him that morning. The door was ajar and the lock was broke off, and he called 911, and then after all that happened, then he called me.
Deputies say Washchuk identifies as a man and a woman. Her birth name is Craig, but was legally changed to Ellie. Investigators say Washchuk was doing personal research into Michelle O'Connell's 2010 death that was ruled a suicide, but her family believes it was a homicide. O'Connell's mother knew Washchuk as a man named Eli. Still to this day, no arrests have been made.
I want them to keep investigating and find out what the hell happened and who's responsible.
Jim Washchuk says he has a gut feeling that Washchuk's research into Michelle O'Connell's case might have something to do with Washchuk's death. If you know anything about this investigation, you are urged to call the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live, Corley Peel, Channel 4, the local station.
Police are trying to find leads in a drive-by shooting that happened this afternoon in Murray Hill. Police say shots were fired at a house on Phyllis Street and someone was hit in the leg. Right now, there's no suspect information available to us. Covering Duval County tonight, a mother is heartbroken after her son was killed in a police-involved shooting. It happened at the Hampton Ridge Apartments last night. A man was sent to the hospital and another person was put in handcuffs. Investigators say the three men robbed someone at gunpoint during a cell phone deal. When police got to the suspects, they say that one of the men allegedly pulled out a gun and refused to drop it. Reginald Boston's mother says her son wasn't a troublemaker, so she wants to know what led to police shooting her son. The officers involved in this incident, they are on paid leave, which is standard procedure for these cases.
Covering Nassau County, deputies need your help finding a burglary suspect. We have a surveillance picture of the man. It was captured in the Timber Creek subdivision on January 10th. Officers say he's been stealing cars. If you have any idea who this man is, call police immediately. Covering Alachua County, where a homeowner is thankful a fire did not turn out as badly as it could have. These are new pictures that we received of the home. Crews arrived and found the back porch deck on fire. The flames reached the exterior wall of the house. Crews quickly put out the fire, but they rescued a dog that was inside too. No one was home when the fire broke out.
New at 11, a Jacksonville man facing serious prison time. Deontres Taylor is accused of disaster assistance fraud. Police said that he filed a false claim about damage to his home during Hurricane Irma. If convicted, he could spend up to 30 years in prison. Covering Clay County tonight, we're following a change that's going to impact the school district. Superintendent of Schools Addison Davis is leaving for a job in Hillsborough County. This means there's going to be an adjustment locally. Right now, the board plans to vote for an interim superintendent early next month. After that, Governor Ron DeSantis will either decide to stick with that person or to name his own interim. That person would serve until the election of a new superintendent, which is scheduled for later this year.
A survivor of the Parkland shooting is too traumatized to give a deposition. The lawyer for the 17-year-old girl says her mental health is at stake. The teenager was subpoenaed to give the deposition in preparation for the upcoming murder trial for Nicholas Cruz. The judge for this trial says he has no problem delaying her deposition, but it's still unclear when it will actually happen. Hollywood, Florida police have issued an arrest warrant for Antonio Brown. The former NFL star is being charged with burglary and battery. According to investigators, Brown and his personal trainer beat up the driver of a moving truck. The altercation allegedly stemmed from Brown refusing to pay moving fees. The personal trainer has been arrested, but police have not been able to locate Brown. A man in Boynton Beach says a higher power was watching over him after a frightening incident on the highway. 81-year-old Gene Haynes had a stroke while he was driving.
And he kept driving into the median while he was on his way home. Luckily for Haynes, Jose Clatter decided to spring into action. Clatter pulling in front of Haynes. Using a bumper-to-bumper technique, he guided Hayes to a stop. Once that happened, Clatter immediately called 911.
He is my guardian angel.
Thank God for this man right here. I was so certain that I had to do something, and I was the one, to do that day.
A doctor performed emergency surgery to remove a blood clot from Haynes's brain. And right now he's okay. Clatter says he doesn't want to be called a hero. He was just doing what was right.
Yeah. Do what's right and good things should happen.
That's incredible, though.
It is. Yeah.
Real brave.
All right, stay with us as we continue here at 11. A drug raid lands 2 people behind bars in Clay County.
How neighbors describe the tense moments when police got to the drug house, that's still ahead.
And we're taking a live look outside from our St. Augustine sky cam. It is very chilly outside. This has been a pattern here for a couple of days now, right?
Yeah, Rebecca Berry has more on your evening forecast coming up right after this break.
The news team you can trust. That's the News 4 Jax difference.